Hello everyone and welcome to the CA Staff Championship. Round 4. Well, no. CA Staff Championship version 4. Round 1. This time we're racing in BMW M6 GT3s. I'm back here with my esteemed co-host Doug. Say hello, Doug.
Hello everybody, it's good to be back.
Alright, let's get straight to the action. Alright, welcome back guys. It's been a bit of a hiatus from the racing, but we're back with a new car, a new field, and some new teams. Along with some new tracks as well, and some new rules. There's a lot to kind of unpack here, and we're 2 minutes away from race 1. I must explain that there is no qualifying anymore in these races, because the qualifying is done across the week as part of the like the team the kind of leaderboard that's online.
The leaderboard challenge, I think they're calling it.
The leaderboard challenge, yeah, that's the one. So I've got the qualifying results here, so you can see who's going to be on top. So of course it's Stanislav Bolesky, last championship and all previous championship winners in first place, followed by Muna Yamaz sitting there on pole. It's a good return for Muna. Peter Brophy is there sitting there in third. Sam Prescott, great result from him, sitting there on fourth now. Stefan Koyev back again with a vengeance in fifth. We've got a newcomer, it's Damien Morick. He's here in sixth place. I hope I pronounced that right. It's Peter Vernon in seventh, a return from him. First championship for Tim Heaton. He's arrived in eighth place. Good result for him. But hot on his heels is Ian Towers in ninth. In 10th place, we've got Matt Perkins making a return, along with Kevin Costa in 11th. Tom Constable down the order a bit for Tom, but he's in 12th, sitting there. Obviously, this was done across the week as part of the leaderboard challenge, so it's all to play for, really. Maybe it also is all dependent on how much time the drivers get to actually race, you know. So here we've got Alan Padgham making a return in 13th. Georgi Balabanov, Mr. Reliable in 14th. James Woolridge, a newcomer from last time. I think he was in the last couple of races of last season. He's making his return in 15th. And Daniel Lazarov, who is also a newcomer, making his debut in 16th.
Very pleased to see the various fan clubs making themselves known in the chat. Hello, everybody.
Yeah, welcome back, everyone. This race, this round of the CA Staff Championship is sponsored by Leaves. Even though it's not autumn, we like leaves because they're growing back on our trees.
Leaves are good.
Yeah. So everything's new. We've got new broadcast UI. We've got it's all coming together, Doug.
And it's coming together right now. This warm-up is just about ending. We're about to go into race 1.
I think we should probably start broadcasting this a little bit earlier than usual to get time to actually talk about things.
Yeah, that I feel like we've had this idea before.
That's true.
Yeah. Right.
All right. So here's the garage. We're looking at the grid for race 1, going straight into it.
And it's a rolling start from this championship.
Well, that's what the rules say. Think? It looks. I mean, it doesn't look like a rolling start from here, but we'll.
You're right. It looks like a pretty static start. Unless they hover while it's in garage mode.
Maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
So the other...
Okay, so here's the rolling start now.
Here's the rolling start, it's happening.
And my UI has not fallen over. So just to remind you,
good.
It's Ben Leach and Doug Pennant on commentary today. As always, welcome to this, the rolling start. I've put my camera smack bang on Pete Brophy, and we're going to have a look and see what happens here as the rolling start happens.
And wish us luck because we don't really know the liveries yet.
Exactly.
Well, that means they're there, but we haven't learned them.
And it's go, go, go! Oh, there's trouble at the pack already! Trouble at the back! But it's okay, we're all good. It's Belewski leads into turn 1, followed by Yilmaz. It's Brophy, then Prescott, Damien Morick. Oh, there's a bit of contact there at the back. I think it's Constable, perhaps.
That looks like Perkins that might have spun. Or was it Perkins? Who's dropping down?
Looks like Woolridge is coming up. No, it was Tim Heaton. Tim Heaton's gone all the way down to 17th place.
And Perkins has dropped down as well. There are a couple of them made contact there.
Yeah, it looks like a bit of contact back there, but the leaders seem to have gotten away cleanly. Let's go down the order a little bit. So we do have some races that didn't qualify actually. So James Green here in the number 11th car, for example, is an example of a race that didn't qualify. We've also got Javier Arella, Ollie Salt as well, making his comeback. Definitely a lot of tussling going on. There's a close battle here. It's Ian Towers, Tom Constable and Ollie Salt. You can see Towers there in the blue car. Kevin Costa is ahead, Constable behind, and then in the green it's Ollie Salt. This is the battle for 6th place.
James Green dropping off the back of this. Oh no, a mistake from Costa.
Oh, mistake there. Kevin Costa. Oh no, it's not Costa. It was a mistake from Constable. That's Constable.
Costa made a slip. That's how Towers got ahead of.
Oh, right. Oh no!
And it's Constable, his characteristic bad luck of getting punted off the track by other racers.
Absolutely.
That
F's in chat for Constable, guys.
That might even be terminal.
Oh, looks like that's Kevin Costa spinning off there.
Yeah.
Trying to hazard a rejoin.
There's going to be some words in the chat about safe track rejoins after this. Definitely.
There are so many cars on the track, it's hard to keep up. Right, this is the battle for a 10th place here. James Green, Alan Padgett and Stefan Kolyev going at it. Looks like they're catching up on James Woolridge, the 9th place man as well. I'm just going to go to the front because we've got a hot battle here. It's Belewski and Yilmaz for the lead.
Now, this is new. We're used to Belewski dancing into the distance, but Yilmaz seems to have the measure of this vehicle. It's really hot on Belewski's tail.
You can see him just perusing around those corners, taking every inch of the line.
They haven't dropped Brophy and Mulrick either. So this is looking to be quite close up at the front. And who's that just behind? Prescott and Vernon, still close. And then Towers and Salt, you can just see in the back of the camera.
Definitely. Yeah, never discount Towers. He's making a move on Pete Vernon. Oh no, that's Pete Vernon making a move on Sam Prescott there. He's getting used to the new UI.
So just looking at the gaps, where are the tight battles? Looks like Costa and Perkins are in half a second of each other, although Perkins is pulling out a bit of a lead, perhaps. Looks like we might have a few a few retirements. I'm not sure if Constable is even still running, because Arella, Lazarov, and Constable are all quite far away.
Constable is still running. He's still there in 17th place. Well, we've never had 17 people before. So Arella is actually retired. I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe some kind of technical failure, or got caught up in the traffic a little bit, maybe, and punted off. But,
we've got a message coming through in Pitwall chat. I'll let you know when we have that.
Excellent.
Technical issue and a controller disconnect, and it's not allowing rejoin.
Oh no! Well, I see the boys down at
that's
the
frustrating.
Pit lane. Try and hopefully get him sorted for race 2. Right now we've got a pretty hot battle here. It's Tim Heaton on the back of James Woolridge. I think Heaton's going to go through here in the number 42 car on your left. Well, no, not enough drive there. It was quite a deceiving angle.
It was actually, yeah.
Further down the field, we've got a bit of a battle here. This is Kevin Costa.
Is Green spun? I think James Green might have spun.
Yeah, that looks like a spin for Green there. But we are seeing some action. It's Costa and Balabanov coming together.
Oh no!
I think a big slam. What's happening here, guys? It's not a sumo wrestle. Let's get it back together. Right, a rejoin there, and we're back racing again. Let's move up the order. This is the battle for 6th place now between Pete Vernon and Sam Prescott. Vernon is currently on the back of Prescott. Taking a look, and you can see Ollie Salt there in the background in the green Tanner car. What to say?
I'll take your word for it, mate.
I think it says
I don't
Tanner.
even know. I don't even know which one's green. This is good. Prescott had. I remember in the first season we were commentating, Prescott was one of the regular podium sitters, but it just didn't hook up for him with some of the later cars. So it's good to see him really, and I've been able to get his elbows out again in this vehicle.
Yeah, definitely. It's good to see him up the rankings again, because when given the right car, when given the right tools for the job, he is a formidable driver.
A tenacious one as well. I remember the battles with him and Yilmaz were one of the best things to tune into every week.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a lot. It's busy here.
Everyone passing Peter Brophy.
Peter Brophy having a problem?
Not sure.
I mean, we do have tyre wear on, so that's which I don't think we did in some of the previous seasons. Oh, someone's had a moment.
Looks like Pete Brophy again. He's the one at the back. Oh no! Look, that's Vernon.
Vernon?
No, who was that? I'm trying to. They're all such similar liveries. I think there might be a back marker.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, that is. I will figure it out.
Well, we're looking at Vernon right now.
Yeah, so we're looking at Vernon. Who's behind Vernon? Let's take a look. What track position? We can take a look at the track map actually. We'll figure it out. So that is Peter Vernon. It is Prescott behind him. Brophy behind him. Yeah, so it's Prescott that had the going off.
Ah, I see. He's still up in 5th place.
Still within striking distance, yeah, definitely. Let's go up to Bolesky now. He's still got Munoz. Munoz still there. You can see him in the back just there. This is it's just lapping Lazarov there. Attempting to, but Bolesky forces a mistake. Munoz on the back of him again now. Very, very close racing. Yeah, Munoz really giving Bolesky some trouble here. But he's going to try and put that back marker between him.
Looks like Padgham's just got to jump on Vernon.
Create some space. Let's take a look.
Was that? Oh no, has Vernon spun?
I think Vernon is. Yeah, I think Vernon's
Oh no!
It looks like a bad spin there for Pete Vernon. Absolutely.
That's devastating.
Devastating for him because he was in 4th place.
Ah, that's a horrible. That's a horrible suffer.
Yeah. Munoz really putting the grease on to Bolesky right now. Sticking it to him. We'll see if this pressure forces a mistake. Bolesky, a very, very good driver, as he's proved in the previous championships.
Is that a back marker they're going past?
That is a back marker. That is, I believe, that is Pete Vernon actually.
Oh, so Pete Vernon's got himself going again.
Like he's got himself going again.
Oh.
But,
wonder if he's having a technical issue.
Probably that's probably screwed with his tyres a little bit going on that gravel.
Yeah, this isn't looking good.
Let's go back a little bit. So this is the battle now for 4th place.
Short few back.
Prescott's got Brophy stacked up behind him.
Ooh, really tight now. Good to see Salt and Towers again. It was good to see the chat call out once again a Towers and Salt battle. Rivals to the end.
Where has Pete Brophy gone?
Who's that in the wall?
That is. I'm trying to figure out. I think it's James Green. Yeah, it's James Green in the wall.
Oh, he's in an awkward place with
Sitting
this.
down in
Might
18th place,
firewall.
you need to rejoin, James. There you go.
He's found, he's found the lights at
He's
least.
found some track, yeah. Right, yeah, so it looks like Brophy dropped back. He's dropped back behind Towers now. Salt up into 5th place for all you Ollie Salt fans. He's doing it. He's really doing it. There he is. And I'm absolutely loving the Ainsley Harriet as his avatar. That is brilliant.
Spicy. He's moving forwards.
I love a bit of Ainsley.
That's a back marker they're going past.
Yeah, but he's got Towers stuck up behind him. The classic Salt and Towers battles going on in this championship right from the get-go.
That's shaping up to be a good fight. Yilmaz is still in half a second of Belevsky.
It's like it's Towers. Prescott is also in that battle as well.
I think he was. I think he might be backwards. He's suddenly in 7th.
Yeah, he's dropped a few places there. But they're all within like a second of each other now. Salt, well, 2-3 seconds is Salt, Towers, Brophy, and Prescott.
Very different lines coming around there. I sort of taking a wide line. It gives him a very good drive going into that bend.
Definitely, yeah. So your first group in this race at the moment, Belevsky with Muna still on his back, trying to find a way through, trying to find that extra drive on the track to get through, but can he do it?
Belevsky got a wheel on the gravel there.
Yeah.
Like this.
Then you've got 9 seconds down the road to Marek, who is pretty much on his own at the moment. He's just kind of there in 3rd place. No one's really challenging him. Looks like, yeah, Salt is up into 4th now, thanks to Prescott's spin. So we've got only Salt in 4th, but he's got Towers, Brophy, and Prescott all stacked up behind him. You can see them all on your screen now. Behind that group, then, you've got Tim Heaton with Matt Perkins stacked up behind him.
Those two have been at it like, for most of the race.
Been a very close battle here.
Kolyev's just got a moment on Woolridge. He's just got ahead.
Yeah, that looks like Kolyev's just got past Woolridge, and Padgham's on your screen there, Constable as well. That's the next group.
I think one of those in the back might be a back marker.
Yeah, I think you're right there, Doug. And also, so then 21 seconds down. Oh, Woolridge there making a bit of a move on Constable, but not quite making it stick. 20 seconds down the road from Woolridge, you've got Balabanov. Seemingly all out on there on his own at the moment. 11 seconds away from Balabanov, you've got Costa. 12 seconds away from Costa, you've got Vernon. 31 seconds from Vernon, you've got Lazarov. And yeah, it looks like James Green's retired as well, so that's a DNF for James.
That's a shame.
Unfortunate there on his debut race. Let's take a look though, back up at this white hot battle for 4th place. Towers and Brophy, it's wheel to wheel here, with Salt just going off screen there in the front.
See, this is good. This is good for Salt. If Towers is having to defend from Brophy, I mean, Salt can just focus on his line, on the good, clean forward line without having to defend.
Absolutely, getting those good drives out of those wide corners. Prescott dropping off the back a little bit now, 2-3 seconds clear of Brophy. Well, looks like there's a bit of a tussle here. It's Kolyev.
Oh no!
He's trapped in behind Woolridge, who's trapping him into the barrier. Constable manages to get through cleanly. But yeah, it looks like Kolyev and Woolridge there having a bit of a tussle, so they're down to 12th and 13th, respectively.
That could be an interesting. That could be interesting when the safety ratings are calculated at the end of this.
Definitely. So let's go back to this race. It's this battle at the front for... Oh no! Salt forces a mistake, but then Towers gets through. Nudges the little love tap to Salt. Brophy gets through as well. Just a
Oh, bad luck, Salt.
little touch on the gravel, and Salt is down 2 places. But he must not let that rattle him. Brophy now all over the back of Towers. He's trying to reclaim that 4th place that he lost a while ago due to, well, we didn't see it, but he slowed down for some reason.
Perkins still within a second of Heaton. Constable closing in on Padgham. So looks like half a second behind him.
Most definitely.
Rich and Collier still going at it.
Yeah, and even at the front, Bolesky and Yilmaz absolutely going for it as well. Let's take a look.
I can't imagine the stress of being in the car with Muna Yilmaz chasing. We've heard many times from Pete Brophy and some of the others.
The lights. He knows it. He knows it. Go on, mate.
Do we have tow mechanics in this? Because are they getting a tow off that one in front? Oh, traffic.
This is great racing. That's Balabanov just moving out of the way there. He's in the car that looks like a pack of chewing gum.
Oh. Yeah. Cool. So I've got the. So we now have the liveries record in the commentator dashboard, Ben.
Oh, excellent! Thank you very much.
We'll do a car number record, probably between races. Between the races, we have. We will have another 5-minute warm up.
Yeah, in that 5-minute warm up, we'll introduce the teams because we haven't had a chance to do that yet.
Yep. And that's going to take a while.
That's going to take a long while. Thanks to some of the team names. Anyway, looks like Pete Brophy has gotten the better of Ian Towers, but now Towers has got to deal with, surprise, surprise, it's Ollie Salt. He's back.
He's not done.
He wants a bit. And there's going to be a good race here between these two. So let's go and take a look at that.
We got. We should have a look at this Padgham and Constable fight. They are wheel to wheel.
Let's take a look. Okay, here's the Padgham Constable fight. Alan Padgham with Constable up behind him.
Constable has been inching closer and closer.
Both got some sort of camouflage on their cars.
I feel like Alan Padgham would be camouflaged like in a spider's web at night. It's a mustard on it. Oh, is that the move?
That is the move, yeah. And Constable, very clean move there from Constable, and gets away nicely. Good drive out of that corner. He's up into 10th.
Danced past him there. That one.
Looks like Salt's gone ahead of Towers, and now Towers is trying to fight back.
Oh.
Oh, can he squeeze him? Bit of contact there. Towers trying to get his elbows out. I think he might just have it. No, Salt gets an excellent drive out of that wide corner.
Oh, that's a very good line on that section of the track. Still not, but Towers isn't lost on him though. Moving around, is he trying to psych him out?
No, it's Salt just proving that he's as slippery as Ainsley Harriot's frying pan. Finding the lines and not letting Towers get the better of him. He's still got the line there. Towers is going to have to back off.
Is he though? Is it? I think he's going to try and.
He can still go for it. But I think, no, ultimately Salt's going to win out on that one. Yeah,
he managed to hold the better line. Excellent racing.
It's a great wheel-to-wheel racing here now. Muna is stacked right up behind Bolesky. Look at this. Let's go on board with the man himself. Look at this. Absolutely wheel-to-wheel racing here.
There's not been room for a single mistake from either of these two. This is fantastic.
Piling the pressure on.
Cars sound filthy.
They are 13 seconds clear of P3.
That is titanic fighting.
Take a look. Towers is trying to get on Salt, so let's go back and take a look at that. They are wheel to wheel, but Towers always getting pushed to the outside. Salt just seems to have all the lines.
Further down, it looks like Kolyev's got ahead of Woolridge. And, Constable is 10 seconds clear of Padgham now. He's finding his race a bit again.
Yeah.
After that unfortunate spin at the beginning.
Perkins is still within striking distance of Heaton there.
Though they are closing in on Prescott. They're only 5 seconds adrift of him.
Yeah,
so that's
I've just been slowly watching this as Heaton reels in Prescott. Bit of contact there. Is that a cheeky Towers move?
Is that a bit of a nudge out of the way?
Bit of a love tap. Let's go on board with Salt.
This
is the front of Salt's car now. They are absolutely on the limit, both of these guys.
Neither of them is getting away from the other. Like at any point, it's so evenly matched.
Oh, he's going to send it! Oh, yeah, I thought he was going to send it.
That would have been...
Oh. No, but Towers makes a mistake!
Towers got wheel in the grass.
Yeah, looks like Towers is off in the gravel, and he loses another place to Prescott as well.
He's got to get up to speed, otherwise he'll have Tim Heaton and Matthew Perkins right on his tail as well.
Yeah, so Ollie Salt's got quite a clean, nice little gap there in 5th place now.
That was a gift.
That was a gift. Towers made a mistake there. Just, you can see him there in the background. He mustn't be too happy with himself.
There's some cheeky F's in the chat from the Ollie Salt fan club.
What goes around comes around, eh? That's what happens, I guess.
Now, Yilmaz has lost about a second on Belevsky. Maybe he had a moment.
Perhaps they were absolutely pushing it to the limit here. They're now 18 seconds clear of P3.
That's crazy. So, like, that's clearly not a big slip because Maurik hadn't been able to catch up at all.
Definitely not. And then, I mean, Maurik's still 10 seconds, 28 seconds clear of... oh, no, hang on, sorry. The UI says one thing and the other UI says another thing. It's, so Maurik's about 8 or 9 seconds ahead of Brophy. That's the one, yeah. So the UI in the game is the distance from the leader. The UI on the sidebar that I've got is the distance between each car.
Yeah, I tend to have to be doing some quick maths to figure out who's close to each other.
Definitely.
Give it. Oh, hello. Who's bloody fighting with here?
I think it's a back marker. That would be. It looks like Lazarov.
Right, a bit of a barge.
So the gaps are kind of eking out a little bit now. The closest gap on the track right now is still, funnily enough, the gap between first and second. This gap here.
We have so rarely been able to say that. This is fantastic.
This has been an absolutely heroic drive from Muna.
We're getting through this race now. We're just over a minute left. Are there any changes we can? Oh, Perkins has just got ahead of Tim Heaton.
Perkins has just got ahead of Heaton, has he? Let's have a look. It looks like he may have had a moment there because Perkins is now 5 seconds ahead.
Yeah, that must have been an off in the grass or something. He's up and he's running, and he's still about 7 seconds clear of Towers.
Yeah,
but
it looks like Towers has had a moment there because he was ahead of this pack, and now Perkins and Heaton, and now he's
was.
down. So,
I wonder if there may have been a connection. Perhaps like Heaton had to take avoiding action.
Maybe.
Could be. Might find out in the chat at the end of the race.
Yeah, we'll figure that one out. 30 seconds left of this race, Doug.
Kevin Costa is right on the back of James Woolridge. Shall we have a look?
Yeah, let's take a look. Well, so 1.5 seconds away, so it's not
1.5 seconds. All right. Oh, yeah, I kind of got that backwards. It's still... No, I don't think there's time to catch up there before we hit this checkered flag.
I think
we're coming up to it.
This checkered flag. Belevsky is in first place. We've got Yilmaz
maintaining
in
his
second.
dominance.
It's been absolutely heroic drive from Bolesky as well to fend off Yilmaz. Like,
you can't put a tyre wrong when he's chasing you. You really can't.
You can't. He will look for every inch of track. So yes, your winner for race 1 is Bolesky. It's Muna flashing the lights, coming in second. There's
now it's a 18-second wait for third place.
here
That's a great debut. Great debut drive. Podium.
Brilliant debut for Damien Marek.
This is where we find out it's Maritz and we've been saying it wrong the whole time.
Or Maury.
Yeah, we should have asked before.
Oh well. Should have asked before, but that's fair. He comes in third, and here we go. It's Peter Brophy coming across the line in fourth. A well-fought battle. Fifth place man. Get your doggers out. It's Ollie Salt. Everyone, raise
everywhere.
your hands. Sam Prescott here, crossing the line in sixth. Your seventh place man is Perkins, very close.
Right on the tail of Prescott. Very good.
Ian Towers coming over in eighth. It looks like Heaton might have had another moment. Here he is, but Constable racing to the line. It looks like Heaton's your ninth place man. Constable in 10th, only 1/10 of a second behind.
Wow.
You've got
the recovery drive from Constable.
Alan Padgham coming across the line in 11th. I never get tired of seeing that little Lego man. That's awesome. Stefan Kolyev smashing into the wall to give us a spectacular 12th place. Excellent. Now 20 seconds down the line, we've got to wait for him. It's James Woolridge.
The pit chat has gone wild with the retrospects. So we had a technical VR issue for Pete Vernon. We have Salt apologising for Constable for a tap, I know which I think may have been what gave him the spin.
So Woolridge is your 13th place man. He's going back into the pits for some reason. He's going to cross the line in the pits. I guess they're just all coming into the pits now. You've got Costa as your 14th place man. Balabanov 15th. Vernon is P16 and Lazarov is P17. James Green and Javier Arella DNFs this race.
Yeah.
What a fantastic race 1, Doug.
That's a brilliant start. It's like fighting up and down the grid.
Definitely.
Alevsky congratulating Yilmaz for the throw chase.
Very, very good chase. Very entertaining, guys. Well done.
Okay. So now we have another 5, if I'm reading this right. We have another... It's trying to figure out how to get him back to the pit.
Yeah.
So now we have a 5-minute warm-up. And then race 2, another 25-minute race to begin. And the top 8 places on the grid will be reversed.
Excellent.
So that will put Towers up front, Belevsky back in 8th, and then, well, you can see on screen and you can flip those.
Yeah.
But I'll quick read. So it will be Towers, Perkins, Prescott, Salt, Brophy, Marek, Yilmaz, and Belevsky from 1st to 8th. And then, as you see it from 9th downward, Heaton, Constable, Padgham, Kolyev, Woolridge, Costa, Balabanov, Vernon, Lazarov, Green, and Arella, if he can rejoin. Hopefully it lets him in.
Fingers crossed. It's definitely going to be interesting, Doug. I can't wait to see what happens in race 2. But for now, let's talk about the teams and the drivers, of course.
Let us indeed.
So I'm going to get my really crudely made graphic up on the screen. I've just taken a screenshot of the Google sheet, Doug, so you can read off that if you want. So there's your race results. Sorry. Let me just move that out of the way. There you go. There's your race results. Bolesky, Yilmaz, Mulrick, Brophy, Salt, Prescott, Perkins, and Towers running at the top 8. So they will be reversed for race 2.
Yilmaz with the best lap. So, kudos there.
Yeah, kudos there. That's some extra points as well. All important. Right, as we go into our second warm-up, let's actually take a look at the drivers. So here's my crude graphic again. So yeah, we've got some interesting names. Well, You've seen
We
race
have
one
indeed.
now, so let's talk about who's actually going to be in this championship, right? So the positions are relevant now because they obviously the positions haven't been set. This is just the way that they are ordered currently.
Hmm.
But yeah, so we've got Georgi Blavanov, who has been a veteran of a couple of championships now. Always seems to come and finish, so he's always great to see out on the track. And then of course we've got Prescott. Had a bit of a rough season last season. A few tussles with Ben Wood, especially to get the finishes he really wanted. But I think this season the car seems to be suiting him a bit more, Doug.
Yeah, that was a good sign for that first race, and even his qualifying result was pretty comfortable too.
Yep. And then we have rounding out Team Project DSG is Denslav Bileski, who needs no introduction. He's our champion of champions.
Unstoppable man.
The unstoppable man, yeah.
I think we've only had one or two. I think we've had one, maybe two races that he hasn't won in the last couple of the championships. I think Peter Brophy managed to take a win in the last championship, if I remember correctly.
Definitely,
Do I?
yeah. Peter Brophy did take a win in the last championship. But yeah, no, he's an absolutely unstoppable force, and it's testament to his skill. He's absolutely mental behind the wheel.
Yeah.
It's going to take a lot to beat him this season, but maybe Muna might be challenging.
Right. We've got 3 minutes. Let's get through these teams.
All right. So the next team, the next team didn't have a name, so we've just called it Team Heaton because it sounds a bit like Tim Heaton. And
Quite simply.
yeah, so it's Muna Yilmaz, as you saw in that last race, putting on the pressure to Bilevsky. It's newcomer Tim Heaton arriving at the Championship 4 to race with us, and then we've got Javier Arella as well, who was in the last championship but didn't actually he didn't take part in too many races, but he's back again now for another go.
Yeah, he was a part-time contender. Although I don't think we're going to see him the rest of the day. It's looking from the pit wall that his issue is terminal for the day.
Oh no.
And yeah, so he's hoping he'll be able to join next time. Fingers crossed, Javier.
Yeah, let's hope his team is able to regroup the car and get them all set up for next round.
All right,
Anyway,
next team.
The next team is HP DeskJet 2630 all-in-one printer, instant ink with 2 months trial. Excellent. So yeah, that's the name of the team. All I can say is Towers there came up with it, and he's just binned it. So that's the kind of
I think he's binned it. I think he binned it laughing because he forced us to read the whole thing out.
I think that's the kind of that kind of really goes to show the kind of lowbrow humour this arrived from. But yeah, so we've got Ian Towers there, along with Damien Marek and James Woolridge, all up in that team.
Total accident that Ian Towers is a P7 in this table currently.
His lucky number is 7.
Yeah.
We got a running joke that he likes the number 7. All right, so we've got OEP Racing. That's Ollie, Alan, and Peter. Not old age bench, you know. Yeah, so that's Ollie Salt, Alan Paladin, and Pete Brophy. Great result for that team last round.
Yeah, that was an absolute haul. They're all veterans of this. You know, Brophy's the director of. I would say Brophy's the director of this whole endeavour.
Race director. He is the FIA.
Yep.
Yeah, we are running out of time, so let's go through the last 3 teams. We've got Pete Vernon, Matt Perkins, Nate Hall, and Daniel Lazarov in Halls of Steel. Nate couldn't be here today, unfortunately, but hopefully he will join us in some of the future races. Then Coco Pops Racing, that's Costa Constable and Koliev, the 3 Co's, Triple Co. That's going to be a formidable team if they can stack up some results as well. And then the final team, which is the Invisibles, Ben Wood and Chris Gascoigne and James Green.
Ben Wood and Chris Gascoigne are indeed invisible today, as it's only James Green that's come to the track today.
Yes, yeah. And best of luck for James in the second race. A DNF on the first race. It's a bit of a shaky start for the Invisibles, but hopefully we'll get some points on the board by the end of today.
Yeah, hopefully he can get a few more laps and a bit more race time down. James, they're all. Ben Wood. Ben Wood was a racer last season. One of our most famously combative racers.
Yes, notoriously big elbows, as we say. All right.
The Ollie Salt fan club has, and they made the point that they're actually Chris Gascoigne and Ben Wood are indeed racing, but we just can't see them.
This is true.
Neither can the UI. So, indeed, very, very invisible. Top invisible words.
Okay, chat. We're doing a new thing. We want you to basically tell us who the driver of the day should be. So please leave your nominations for driver of the day in chat, and we'll post it up on the screen.
Given that we have a sort of tracking of 3 separate fan clubs, I think we can predict a few of these. But this will be all the more reason for everyone to bring their own fan clubs.
Exactly. Yeah. You want to win driver of the day. That's the.
Yeah. Get in on that popularity contest.
Yeah.
Got to put the work in.
Who's your nomination for driver of the day? Doug?
Ooh, wow. One more race to go. No. I think I'm currently leaning towards Yilmaz, as it's such that we all know what Belevsky is capable of, and Yilmaz's performance in that last race was giant killing. So I'm very excited, but we'll see. There is some skepticism from the pit wall that there may be a problem with the server.
Yeah, it looks like we're still in the warm-up phase. I'm not quite sure. I guess it's just waiting for all of the cars to come in.
Ah, I see, yeah.
Oh, and while we're doing that, let's take a look at the weather. It's 20 degrees in the air, it's 28 degrees on the track, a 3 km/h prevailing wind from somewhere, and it's sunny and dry.
And it remains a very hot track surface.
Yes, and this round coming live from Red Bull Salzburg is also sponsored by Leaves. They're crunchy and delightful in the autumn.
Suggest your sponsors for future races.
Yes. Also, yeah. Not only suggest us the driver of the day, but please suggest us your sponsors for future, and we'll try and put them up.
Now, is this warm-up going to have to wait until what's the?
It looks like Muna is still out on track. So
We still have a couple of them out on track. So is it?
yeah. So it looks like they're coming in now.
Yep.
And once everyone is in, still got Towers out on track.
So this warm-up just doesn't have a very clean end.
No. It
Fair enough.
allows us to time to have a bit of banter though, doesn't it?
Oh, yep. Snap. Here we go. Lining up on the grid for the second, I assume, rolling start again.
Yeah. The second rolling start.
I guess the rolling. Oh, we might already have a technical issue from Constable. Crash transitioning to the next race and can't rejoin. Damn.
That is an issue.
That's frustrating.
That's a code 60 right there. Code 60. Constable's out. Code 60.
Is that what code 60 means?
No. I've just got this button that says code 60, and I'm gonna anytime something bad happens, I'm just gonna hit it.
Cool. All right. It's good to know that we have something to very clearly say when it's a bad thing.
Yeah. Oh, I've crashed as well now.
Ah.
Let's have a look. We'll have to go back in. Well, this is awkward.
Yeah.
Sorry about this.
I think everyone may have fallen out. I'm seeing F's on the pit wall, which is not a good sign.
Yeah, it looks like we're into a hour-long practice session now. Not good.
Right, we will BRB new server coming, so we may still have a chance to have a race here. Let's see if there is actually some room from the FIA.
Console's back.
We've got Sam Prescott sticking his head in the commentary box. Trying to figure out what's going on, Sam.
Hey, Sam. Yeah, what has happened?
So it
Okay.
just looks like a server failure. So
Okay. So it looks like we're going to make a new server. The start position is going to be totally wrong, but we'll just have to live with it.
well, that's the deal. I guess that some frustrating technical issues.
Yep. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
no good. Oh yeah. Sorry, Sam. I've got to give you. Some permissions to speak.
We've got Kolyev's jumped in as well.
Yeah. Let me just give the. I'm just going to tweak this channel 1 second. Okay, you guys should be able to unmute yourselves and speak now. Sorry about that.
Oh, nothing from Kolyev. Well, there's
Oh, bad times. Hello, Sam.
Can you speak now?
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, there he is.
Yeah, so unfortunate server failure here.
Yes.
Indeed.
We'll take a look when the new server is ready, and we will rejoin, I guess. At the moment, we're okay. The new server is scheduled to start in 10 minutes, I guess.
10 minutes.
Yeah. So we'll just watch Tom Constable driving around for a bit.
So 10-minute warm up, then race.
This is Tom Constable's fault.
It's all Tom's fault.
Yeah,
He
crashed out.
He is the one that crashed out first. Yeah.
So yeah, apologies for the delay, guys. We will be back up and running in a bit.
Okay. We might be missing a couple of races from this because the forced startup, I think, might be an issue for those who can't access Just Race.
Right.
And others have scheduling conflicts because we're quite a lot over the planned time slots for the races.
Yeah, considerably over.
Well, you guys spent,
We're meant to be done by 9, right?
Yeah, the races are a bit longer than I thought they usually are, right?
Yeah, I thought they were 25-minute races, right? 2 25-minute races.
I think the warm-ups dragged on. Okay, new server is up.
Indeed. So the warm-up did drag on, and what happens is you finish the lap. The lead lapper finishes the lap at the end of the 25 minutes, right? So in reality, what's going to happen is you'll get like a 26, 27-minute race.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a bit of a lag in time with the way that works.
Indeed.
Might think about that going forward.
That's how real servers work. That's how real races work with time limits. So, like, it mimics that, but perhaps we should lower the time limit to 23-minute servers, 23-minute races, except for the 50-minute races, which can stay at 50 minutes because we're only going to do one of them after all.
Let's see.
Just seeing if we can join through this race room, through the race room UI, commentating, or whether we have to.
Well, hopefully this is just a. Hopefully this is just a first race teething issue.
Yeah, ideally we would have had these sorted for the practice races as well, but yeah, these things happen, eh? Technical difficulty.
So, how did you find the new BMW, Sam? You look quite confident in it. Most of the way.
Yeah, it's a really great car to drive. I'm really enjoying it. Yeah, I'm still getting to grips with throttle modulation in Traction Control 4. In Traction Control 3, I can really pin it, but obviously, the traction control is quite aggressive, so you just don't get as much rubber on the road when you're in Traction Control 3. Traction Control 4, you can really push, but obviously when you're coming out of the low speed corners, like people like Denislav are really good at getting the car straight and pinning it, whereas me, I still need to really work on the confidence getting that car straight so that I can pin it earlier.
Cool. You know, I haven't spent time racing with these, so I got because a few leagues ago, like I think the first one you came in where you and Munu were competing for the front all the time. You looked so much more comfortable in that car than in
right?
a couple of leagues.
Yeah,
I think it was Audi, yeah.
I've raced a lot of front wheel drive rally cars, and this car's rear wheel drive, which makes a big difference. But front wheel drive, I feel really confident in just sending it into the corners, because as you brake, right, the weight shifts forward onto the driving wheels. You get a lot of you get a lot of traction. It's only out of corners that they're not so good at. So when you have traction control, you just brake hard and then you just pin it, right? And it's so different to a rear wheel drive car where you have to really manage the throttle coming out of the corner.
Right, that's different.
So then,
like with the front wheel drives, you can just be so aggressive, and it's the same with four wheel drives. If you have four wheel drive cars, you can be super aggressive coming out of the corners. They just have so much traction.
I wonder if we'll do it. I wonder if we'll do like a. I wonder if there's any worth in doing a big, hefty, like 4x4 championship, like further down, like Range Rover Champs, yeah.
The thing is that like the cars that we've been choosing, like other than season 2, I didn't really like the DTM cars that much. But
yeah, that was a splitter.
I think the cars that we've been choosing, these GT cars, have been really good choices, obviously.
Cool. What was the car we had in that shortbread cup? Like that was a right laugh. Like I mean, maybe I'm just in it for the daft carnage, but. Like, what do we have?
Yeah,
the minis, little rallies or something.
Yeah, the NSU TTS. Yeah, that was a hilarious car.
I reckon if we were gonna do Max Funny, we take the same grid we have right now with the newbies, with the guys on controllers who can't drive, and we put us all in Formula 1 cars. That would be hilarious.
Oh god, that would be. That would be just so many people, like, absolutely, like, people would spend half the race backwards.
End over end over end.
Oh dear.
Indeed. It looks like we've got about 4 minutes to wait until the server is back up, and we're going to go into warm-up 1 and then race 2. Well, warm-up 2 and then race 2.
Cool. Okay, so I am going to hop off mic just for a moment, so back in 2 minutes.
Alright, so who are you looking out for on the track at the moment, Sam?
The slow guys, honestly. Like, Yeah, it's because they're so erratic. Like I can trust the other fast guys, right? I can trust that they know where the breaking points are. I can trust that they know how to stay on their line, right? When you're coming up to the back markers and they're unpredictable, you really can't like be confident in pushing past them. So what you really want to time it so that you're coming up to them on the big right-hand sweeper on this track. You know the corner.
Yeah.
Because like they're likely to break, and the optimal line on that corner is not to break. You just lift. So you can just take the inside or even the outside, depending on what they do. But like if they're right in the middle of the track, you have to have massive balls, right? And just like send it up the inside.
You got to have massive balls and hope that they've got crew chief installed.
Yeah, and yeah, that's another thing, right? Like they don't have the situational awareness that the fast guys do, right? Because like, I don't even really need crew chief to tell me where my where people are. I can kind of feel it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Or at least my brain knows where they should be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
But like they have no sense of that, and they probably don't have crew chief installed.
Yeah, it's. I think it's on the sign-up sheet, but maybe we should make it a point to get everyone installed on that for the next race. If people aren't installed on it already, it's definitely a brilliant piece of kit.
Either crew chief or make it mandatory to have the custom HUD, which gives you a radar.
Yeah, definitely. The radar is probably one of the most useful things as well.
Absolutely. It was one of the coolest things that they did in Assetto Corsa Competizione.
Yeah.
And like every other game was like, hey, this is a great idea.
Let's just copy it. Good stuff. Alright, so we're warming up into race 2 now. It's probably about a minute out of the server being up and ready. Looks like there's still one person in the old server. I don't know who that is. Let me just take a look. Yeah, it looks like we'll be up in less than a minute, hopefully, with the new server, with race 2, and then that should hopefully go all through. Hopefully we won't have any more technical issues. It looks like we've had a couple of dropouts already for people who have overbooked their time, or don't have time to come to the next race, or have dropped out with technical issues, so it's going to be a much smaller race this time.
I just hope I get my second position.
Hopefully. I'm not sure whether the grid's going to be the same, but we'll see, I guess.
Yeah, I guess... well, Pete would have set this up, right? So he probably made it so that the correct positions were there. But since there's been dropouts, it'll be interesting to see where the gaps in the grid are.
Yeah, definitely. We'll just take a look at... see how this is coming out. Oh, yeah, there's no server up yet, so we'll just have to keep waiting and watching, and hopefully it will arrive.
Yeah, my game is actually joining it now.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah, maybe I have to restart the game or something along those lines.
And back.
Welcome back, Doug. Still waiting on the server.
Should be running now.
There's for me server in offline mode session. The race is scheduled for 9:10, so I hope this can get running soon.
Fingers crossed.
if this doesn't work soon.
We might unfortunately have to call it, but
This-
we'll see if
This might be a non-starter.
yeah.
So how was that first race from a commentator's point of view?
Absolute havoc.
It was brilliant. It was great. It was a lot of really good racing.
Yeah, all down the pack. It was really hard to kind of choose who to focus on because there are so many battles going on.
So we had like, even right up at the front, Muna was absolutely on the heels of Belevsky for the entire race. And that was really good. We had like you were in a fair share of battles yourself, which are really good fun. I think Matt Perkins and Tim Heaton were constantly at it. Salt and Towers were rivaling for like absolutely ages, like back and forth. A couple of spins and savage rejoins early on made it all a bit. That had some unfortunate spins there.
Yeah, I was. Did I get punterinoed early? I don't know if you guys saw it, would have seen it, but I think I got punterinoed from behind and spun.
I don't think we caught that. We did see you on the gravel, and then
Right
that's
at the
when
end?
it was kind of like probably about two-thirds to three-quarters of the way into the race.
Yeah. I just missed my braking point for is it? What is it? 1, 2.
I didn't have a track. I didn't prep a track map this time, so I haven't the faintest idea where the corners are.
Yeah, I missed my entry to 9, and that corner is really unforgiving, especially if your car's unsettled, and because it's you have a banked corner, the hairpin into a track that kind of banks the other way. It's very easy, especially if you tried to plant it early, for your car to be unsettled, right? And if your car is unsettled when you go to brake, the rear will slide around, and obviously that's where the power is coming from. So like if that's going to start stepping out on you, you need to lift.
Yeah.
So it's just very easy to lose it in that corner.
We did see a couple of spicy moments.
Yeah, like Kevin Costa had a couple early on. James Green was sideways. A lot of the failures were actually due to technical issues. It looks like Vernon's VR failed. Javier had a problem with his controller. So
Yeah, it's definitely just been problems galore, I guess.
Man, imagine if your eyes just shut off in real life, right? Halfway through a race and your eyes just stop.
where you go blind.
Yeah, like just randomly, you go blind. Your eyes stop working. Halfway through a race, and your eyes just stop working. What is this?
Okay, so there's a new server, like that server didn't work, so there's a new one starting in 3 minutes.
Third time's a charm.
Indeed.
Fingers crossed.
Have you guys seen that YouTube clip of the guy who's like racing some old GT car, and as he turns a corner, the wheel comes off the rim? Like
I
his
don't think I've seen that one, no.
comes off, and then he just like calmly puts it back on and keeps driving.
You mean he collects it like
So
with the car or?
no. What happens? The steering wheel comes off the steering column, right?
Oh.
And he's just like, well, that happened, and he just puts it back on calmly and keeps going.
Wow.
There's nothing else to do in that situation, right?
That's crazy. That's in a real life car. Right.
Real life car, yeah.
That's bonkers.
All right, so everyone now is getting registered for the new round of the championship, the top of the server list in Just Race, and then hopefully we should be kicking off in a few minutes, but we'll see.
11 signees so far.
Yes.
Probably gonna skip warm up and just go straight to the race.
I hope so, yeah. That would be really good. It'd be good to get straight back into the action.
Honestly, I'm a bit cold now, but yeah. It's definitely warm in my office though. Woo. These wheels really throw off a lot of heat.
Yeah, it's been really confusing like today because I know the track temperature is 28 degrees, but here it's been. I don't know it's felt like it's been really cold and really hot at the same time around here because like the air is cold, but the sun is absolutely cooking anything it's touching.
Absolutely. It's deceptive
Oh,
sun.
you mean in the game called Outside?
Yeah, in
Yeah.
the external server.
Yeah. I spent some time out there today actually. And in my server, it was actually not very windy, so it was actually warm, 18 degrees.
That's questionable.
They're making printer jokes now in the pit lane, saying, "Yes, blame your Epson printer. Next time you'll get HP."
I mean, what a joke of a team name.
That team name is just memes.
I was saying to Ben earlier, we had an internal league in one of the games at work at some point, and myself and our good friend Anthony Littlewood, we couldn't be bothered to we weren't that passionate about team names, so we just hit random on Wikipedia until we ended up calling ourselves Team Volleyball at the 1962 Asian Games. It made us smile. But there was none of this 2-month trial thing. I feel like that's the straw that breaks the camel's back. Trial. What?
Yeah, it looks like, unfortunately, we might have to call it, guys.
I thought Damien was fast. Damien is fast, man. I think we'll be pretty evenly matched as the season goes on. But yeah,
it was a solid show. He was like a pretty much unquestioned, uncontested third place today.
He overtook me into one, on the first lap, and he kind of just sent it, and I was quietly seething that it was a really good move. And then I spun sometime later, so it didn't fucking matter. But I was quietly seething for 10 laps before I spun. That he'd passed me was such a good move.
That's fair. Well, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, it looks like we're done for tonight due to a server error. So
red flag.
Yeah, red flag. A very promising start in race 1, but unfortunately we've been beaten by technology. Yeah, hopefully we'll see you for the next race, which will be... Let's have a look. It is next week, and it is at Paul Ricard. It's 2 25-minute races, just like this one was. Hopefully the tech won't fall over this time. And yeah, I guess it's on the 4th of May. So yeah.
On Star Wars Day.
Star Wars
May
Day.
the 4th be with you.
May the 4th be with you.
Out
exactly.
of all of the French tracks to choose, why did we pick the most boring one?
I don't know anything.
I have no idea. But okay.
I wasn't even sure it was a track, but there's just I don't know what Paul Ricard Solution 1CV2. For me, that could be anything.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'd be why don't we go to Le Mans and race GT cars around Le Mans? Let's just do it, right?
They were you can. I recommend. I would take these suggestions to Pete Brophy, the FIA director.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, I'm going to end the stream here. So yeah, thanks for joining everyone. Unfortunately, we didn't get race 2 going, but yeah, see you next week. Hopefully a little bit earlier than usual, and we'll set up for the practice then and broadcast a little bit more and go over the points situation and everything, and also the fallout from the technical error. So yeah, we'll see you next week for more racing on the CA Staff Championship.
Thank you for joining us in the box, Sam.
No worries.
Yeah, cheers for joining us.
Oh.
Right, all the best. Bye.
Bye bye.